Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unlocking one of the absolute best tools in your Spanish toolkit. We are talking about el pasado imperfecto, the imperfect tense. Let's just jump right in.
All right, so our game plan for today is pretty straightforward. Number 1, we're going to conjugate regular verbs. Number 2, we'll identify the 3 irregulars, which we call SIV. And number 3, we're going to learn exactly how to use this tense for ongoing or habitual actions. So think about your 2 past tenses like this. The preterite, that's a quick photo. It's a snapshot of a completed event that's over and done with. But the imperfect, that is a video. You hit play and the scene is just rolling. It describes what was happening, what used to happen, or what was just generally true in the past, without really caring about when it started or ended. Remember this, snapshot versus video. It's a total game changer. Okay, let's look at regular AR verbs. The pattern here is actually really rhythmic and satisfying. You just take the stem of the verb, so like habla from hablar, and you slap on the AB endings. Yo hablaba, tú hablabas, and so on. It is literally that simple. But hey, do not forget the written accent on the nosotros form. It's hablábamos. You definitely want to remember that one. Now, for some fantastic news, the ER and IR verbs share the exact same endings. How great is that? For vivir, meaning to live, you just add ia. Yo vivía, tú vivías. The absolute most important thing to remember here, every single one of these forms has a written accent on the letter E. Every single one. So keep an eye on that. Are you ready for literally the best news you'll hear in Spanish class all day? The imperfect is ridiculously easy because there are only 3 irregular verbs in the entire tense. That's it. Just 3. The whole shebang. You can remember them with the acronym SIV. Ser becomes Ada, ir becomes iba, and ver becomes veía. You can go ahead and forget those massive lists of irregulars you had to memorize for the preterite. The imperfect keeps things wonderfully, beautifully simple. Now, if you ever find yourself stuck, just use this quick English translation hack. If you can translate the English thought in your head to was or were plus an ing verb, like I was walking, or if you can use the phrase used to, like we used to go, you almost always need the imperfect tense. It is an instant giveaway. Spanish also has its own built-in alarms. We've got these specific cue words that act as giant flashing neon signs, telling you to reach for the imperfect to set a scene. Words like siempre, for always, todos los días, for every day, todos los veranos, for every summer. Or phrases like mientras, meaning while, or de niño, meaning as a child. Basically, if you spot these, it's time to hit play on that video tense. Let's look at how our 2 past tenses actually work together to tell a compelling story. Yo caminaba por el parque. I was walking through the park. Right there, that's our imperfect, setting the background scene. Cuando empezó a llover, when it started to rain. That is the preterite. The preterite is that sudden, quick snapshot event that rudely interrupts our ongoing imperfect video. All right, let's avoid a super common pitfall here. You might be tempted to say, Cuando yo era niño, jugué en el parque todos los días. So why doesn't that work? Well, because todos los días signals a habit. We absolutely cannot use the preterite snapshot for a habit. It has to be the imperfect, video, jugaba en el parque todos los días. And here is another really frequent error to watch out for. When you're describing someone's age in the past, it always requires the imperfect. Why? Because it's a background detail. It's not some sudden event with a specific endpoint. But a quick warning on your spelling. Writing tenía without an accent is a no-go. That written accent on the I, making it tenía, is absolutely mandatory. Let's actually bring this to life. Imagine your grandfather reminiscing about his youth, saying, Cuando yo era niño, no teníamos teléfonos. Jugábamos afuera todos los días. Notice how he paints the picture? He is setting the entire scene of his childhood, and he's using the imperfect to do it. And then his granddaughter excitedly replies, ¿De verdad? ¿Qué hacían ustedes para divertirse? La vida era más tranquila. See what she did there? She uses hacían to ask what they used to do, and era to describe the characteristic of life back then. It wasn't just a one-time thing. Life was just generally calmer overall, so the imperfect is the perfect fit. All right, time to put your knowledge to the test. Let's see if you can conjugate this verb correctly. De niño, yo blank, the verb is jugar, en el parque todos los días. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to literally just shout the answer at your screen. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Jugaba. The answer is jugaba. Huge congrats if you got that one right. Why is it jugaba? Because jugar is a regular AR verb, and that phrase todos los días tells us this was a habitual action in the past. So we just drop the AR and add our ABA ending for the yol form.
Let's try just one more. Complete this sentence by conjugating the verb ser. Blank, las 8 de la noche cuando llegamos. Remember to think about those SIV irregulars we talked about. 3, 2, 1.
It's Surin, eran las 8 de la noche. Now, the crucial thing to remember here is that telling time and stating an age in the past are always treated as ongoing background information. Always. And since ser is one of our 3 SIV irregulars, the form for a plural hour, like 8 o'clock, becomes eran. Okay, let's do a rapid-fire recap to lock this all in. Number 1, the imperfect is for ongoing or background actions, so hit play on that video. Number 2, regular verbs are easy, just add the aba or ia endings. Number 3, there are only 3 irregulars, ser, ir, and ver, are SIV. And number 4, the preterite is the sudden event that interrupts the ongoing imperfect scene. You now have the tools to talk about the past with so much more detail, nuance, and color. The imperfect tense truly brings your Spanish to life. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The next time you tell a story in Spanish, are you just going to take a flat, quick snapshot? Or are you going to hit record and let the video play? Thanks for joining this explainer, and happy studying!